Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It's Foreign's the fiance.
And we are back.
I'm fucking knackered.
Honestly, it's only,
So
what day is it today?
tired.
Wednesday. I'm a day ahead. So in my head, it's Thursday. So today, all of today, I was like, oh, tomorrow's Friday. Just make it
That's
to
what
Friday.
I was saying. That's what I was saying.
And then
I was saying
like,
to my
wait
colleagues.
a damn minute. It's only Wednesday.
Literally, I was saying to my colleagues, it's today Thursday. I am so tired. And do you know what? It's rude of me. Well, no, it's not rude of me, but it is rude of me because I've only worked. Today's the first day I've worked this week, and I work tomorrow, and then I'm out. And then like next week, I'm on jury duty.
Oh wait, so they brought that back again?
Yeah.
Because you remember,
they
said it to you ages ago, and then what happened?
I didn't go because then I was like away.
Yeah.
So I convinced them to change it.
So you've got jury
Obviously,
duty
like
next
guys,
week.
yeah.
So you can talk about it all now. Anyway, maybe when
I
it's
don't
done,
think
you
I
can talk about it.
can, but I will. They'll probably be like, they'll probably arrest me, but it's worth it. It's fucking worth it. Like if
Watch when you get some
fucking
nonsense case that is nothing.
fucking landlord, I will actually. But the thing is that I don't think you know the case before they pick you. You obviously don't.
Yeah, but as in you can talk about it after the case, right? Like after it's done, you can talk about it.
Do you know what I'll do? If the case is dead, I'll faint in court.
Oh my god, look at you.
No, genuinely, I will.
Because you're saying to them, oh look, this is my MO.
Yeah, but like nobody's gonna like. Come
How
on.
are they gonna know?
How are they know?
Nobody's
No,
gonna
because
know.
seriously, I'm not sitting through a landlord case, and like the court is. You can bleep this out, but it's like.
Mhm.
Whatever. Like,
Oh yeah, magistrate's court.
what the fuck is happening there? Like nothing juicy.
Bruh.
Nothing juicy
Bruh.
happens in the UK anyways. Like
Well, we've done some documentaries that suggest otherwise, but they definitely don't happen in.
exactly. So bro, like it's gonna be some landlord case, like, and I don't care. Like,
So the
just
point
fucking-
is that you basically didn't work this week, and you're basically not going to work next week.
yeah,
if
but like
chosen.
jury duty could be work within itself.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
Maybe
And
like
it's interacting with new people as well, and that in itself is work.
but like I could find potential listeners. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair. Literally, be like, fuck this case before anyone.
Or I could just shag the judge for something interesting to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever
There's
the fiance wants to do.
Yeah.
So I'm not drinking today. I'm drinking water, so I am technically drinking, but I'm just not drinking alcohol.
Clink,
yeah,
bitch.
and because I'm going to Gaucho Brunch this weekend, and I was like, let me respect my liver just a little bit, you know.
Who are you going
Just
to
a
the
little
brunch with?
Vicky.
Vicky's about.
No, I'm going to Manchester. Oh, maybe I should have actually been more specific. I'm going to it's cheaper in Manchester.
Yeah, you did say.
It's so rude.
She never invites me to Manchester.
Well, take that up with her. She listens anyway, so she'll hear it.
Yeah. Oh, Vicky. Yeah, you never invite me to Manchester. I see we're only Instagram friends, but it's cool.
Not even Twitter anymore because you deactivated.
Yeah, I see you. We see each other.
We see each other.
Okay, well, drink for me.
I will. I do.
I'm going to Bicester Village.
Oh wait! I thought you went already. Oh, you're going on Saturday.
Mhm.
Oh, exciting!
Oh God.
So
Like,
is this the shopping?
what shopping?
The dress.
No. Dress shopping's next week.
Ooh, are we invited or is that not? No.
They said 2 people only.
What? Because of COVID, or are they just bad vibes?
I don't know. I think their shop might be small or something.
Anyway,
But
it's
I'm
fine.
just going
send
for
us
the.
pictures.
I'm going for the vibes. I'm not really like gonna.
You know what you want anyway, though, innit?
It's being made, but I'm just going
that's
for
what I was gonna
the.
say. Just to do it, to have done it.
Yeah, just to do it.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Love that. Love that. Love that. So today we are covering the documentary. It's an ABC 2020 documentary, but we're in the UK, so we watched it on Disney Plus, and it's called The Sinfluencer of Soho.
I didn't like the way this was shot. It was very.
It was very higgy hagger. Very higgy hagger.
Thank God I'm not alone.
You're not alone. I literally.
It was given
to
Dateline. Like,
yeah,
can
that's
you
what.
fuck
That's
off?
what I think they were. Okay, so let's get into it. So last episode, I said it was about the inventor. It's not about the inventor because that's a different woman who scammed. Yeah, it was inventing Anna. That's what the Netflix series is called, Inventing Anna. But yeah, as Foreign said, this documentary is very higgy hagger. Like, it's kind of like the documentary is like clips from the news and then like real life footage, and then also like all of that is encompassed in this like ABC interview kind of thing, and then on top of that you also have talking heads. So it's almost as if like 3 different people made a documentary and then they sort of like put put it all together.
Yeah.
It was very strange. It doesn't feel
very
cohesive.
strange.
And so because of that, this episode is going to be a bit higgy-hagga all over the shop because it's just, So it opens up showing this lady walking out of prison. Fine. That's an example of real life footage, yeah? And then we meet this lady via the interview. So the interviewer, her name is Deborah Roberts. She asks her name. She's like, tell us your name and tell us how to spell it. And she's like, oh, my name is Anna Delvey. Great. So this whole story is basically her being accused of stealing $275,000 from banks, hotels, and friends. And it's not like she did like a bank heist and it was a great like money heist kind of vibe. This is all done by scamming. So this documentary, again, very strange, very hickey-hagger. It's not about the trial or the case, really. It's more like a sit-down interview now that she's out of prison. Spoiler alert, yeah. More so discussing like why she did what she did. It's weird. So early on in the documentary, we find out that she was sentenced to a minimum of 4 years in prison, right? That's that. And then all of a sudden we get the talking heads and they're basically saying, you know, she woke up one day and she decided to be someone else. And one talking head, she's like, she's the slipperiest of slippery fish. And I was like, that is such a British
such
a British thing to say. Like, it's so UK.
Yeah, very
so
UK.
I had to include it. So Anna gets to New York City in 2013. She is from a middle class background. She has no job, but she manages, and goals. And she manages to convince people that she's wealthy. And
I wish I had this kind of luck where I could just be jobless, but like everything would, I was going to say work out, but I guess it didn't work out. It depends what you consider working out, to be honest.
I think it worked out, yeah. And also you're black, so your standards have to be different.
Yeah.
So at this point, like, I'm actually with Anna because people just assume she's wealthy because of how she carries herself, right?
But you say this, her hair was so greasy.
Right. I don't think.
Like, what are you talking about? I don't think that
she was giving, I'm rich. But then actually, those who are really rich, they don't have to prove that they have money. They kind of just go about looking however they look.
It's true.
My
sister and I were talking about this at the airport.
Do you see what I mean?
So we were at the airport going to Dubai. And then we went like duty free shopping. And I can't remember what store we were in. It was one of these designer stores, right? We were just looking. And then like we see this woman and she's like white, she's tall, she's blonde. She was wearing like straight leg jeans, I think Converses. She had like a crossbody, like she just looked very clean, like, you know, the clean girl aesthetic, like it was very just like clean, pulled back brows, and I was just like, I bet that babe is rich. I couldn't see her bag, but I was like, that babe is rich. Like when white people are rich, they don't do too much. Like, they don't have to. They're just like, because
who they're trying to prove it to, and like to them it's not even that they're rich. Like this is just the life that I live. Like this is just my life. Like it's like what I was telling you about that girl Jamie Z. Yeah, like, she just has money. So like to her, it's not like, oh, this is a designer bag that I'm wearing. It's like, oh, this is just my bag. It's like me saying, like, oh, let me go and get my cream bag. I would, like, she wouldn't be like, let me go and get my Gucci. She'd just be like, oh yeah, let me just go and get my because it's just so normal to her.
Yeah, nah, literally. But yeah, I don't know, man. This babe's hair was greasy.
Yeah, she did.
It wasn't giving rich.
Like, it wasn't giving rich, but then maybe it was giving so rich that it didn't have to prove rich. I don't know. Maybe it's gone all the way full circle, and like, but either way, it's people trying to be in close proximity to people who they assume have money, which we get into a lot later on. So she doesn't tell anyone she's an heiress, but I guess they assume, and she doesn't correct them. And to be honest, like, to be fair to these people who are scammed, she does spend a lot of money around people, and she tips like people with $100 bills. So I guess
I'd
it's kind of like,
get into where she got that money from.
She got money, but I think it's just like credit cards and loans and stuff. It must be because she didn't have any money. she like lives in hotels. Like she lives, it's like the sweet life of Zack and Cody. Like she lives in a fancy hotel. Like looking at that, you look at someone and you think, okay, yeah, they're probably up. Like, let me mind my business. Yeah. So we get into her accent a little bit, yeah. She can't, and this was like a whole big thing, like even on like social media and stuff, and even during the show, like it's the girl from Ozark that plays her. Yeah. and like her accent is she does the accent really well. And so to me, her accent sounds kind of German, but like German, maybe a bit of Russian, just like random things like thrown in there. She kind of reminds me of Dorit from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Like her accent is just so like, what do you even sound like? Like what are you even trying to portray? But Dorit is just a lot worse. So the American talking heads are like, you know, she sounds like she's from somewhere else, like somewhere foreign, like just not here. Yeah, which could be any accent,
anywhere fucking where,
like anywhere.
It could be Tottenham, it could be
it could be
fucking, it could be Hackney, it could be any fucking where. She just sounds foreign.
It literally sounds
Americans foreign. Are so basic.
No, do you know what it is about Americans? I think it's because America is so big, that Americans are insular. That's the word. It's like they can go on a plane and go on holiday within their country and it be an actual like different climate.
Yeah, like
they've not really ever had to like really be aware of what's going on anywhere else. They don't have to.
We say this to the word for this is ignorant.
Not all of you guys, because I know some of you listen.
Yeah,
some of you listen, and you guys,
do you know what I mean?
We love you. Not all Americans. Not all Americans.
I visit you lots on a regular basis.
But the vast majority of you, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even there was one time where I think it was Farai London, that black clothing brand, they were doing a launch date, and they must have put, I don't know, for example, they would have put launching like 2-3, which to us is obviously like February, the 2nd of March, and then someone was like, oh well, that day's gone already, so how can you be launching that day? Like, that's the wrong day. And then everyone was like, well no, like they're not from America, like that's not how they write the dates. And they couldn't comprehend that like it could possibly mean anything other than what they, do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's one thing to be ignorant and be unaware, but it's another thing to like not even want to know outside of your vicinity.
There was something that happened with Meg Thee Stallion in a concert, and it was like she put the it was like Vegas, but like, you know how Vegas has like different country themed things. So I think she put like, it was like a Paris location in Vegas or something, but like it was obvious that it was Vegas.
It was Vegas,
and like someone was like, oh, like you always fucking going to all these European countries, why don't you ever come here? And people like, bitch, like she's actually gonna be in Vegas. And she's like, no bitch, like they were arguing back and
forth. That's
what
I'm saying, loud and wrong.
And then Forthcoming as well. We can never forget Forthcoming. My forthcoming album. No, this is my second.
You
like,
said 1, 2, 3.
Guys, please.
Do you know what? And again, not all of you, but the ones that it is, it's enough for all of you. Like,
yeah, it's intense.
Wild.
It's
intense.
Enough.
Intense. Yeah. So we learned that Anna's really active on Instagram. Like, she posts like a socialite. I think that's the vibe she's trying to give off. Like, socialite. I don't have to work. I have money. I live my life. And Anna's energy, this whole interview / documentary is, I've done nothing wrong. I did it before. I'll do it again. Like, she doesn't give a heck.
She said, "Catch me outside."
How about that? So as much as they say Anna has no job, like Anna actually has a plan, and I rate her plan. Like, she sees this building in New York and she wants to make a private members club.
So her plan was kind of like a members only club, a very high-end members only club. Arts, fashion, entertainment, music, restaurants, everything in one place. The name of this was the Anna Delvey Foundation, ADF.
And had this worked, it would have been amazing, and she would have been a very rich bitch. Like, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, she wants to kind of do like a Soho house basically, and it's like, I'm actually not mad at it. And it's like, everything she's doing is to kind of feed that dream. Like, she had a plan, she just didn't really have the execution done right. Because if you look at me and I'm a socialite, I'm going to all these fancy places, I'm a popping bitch, like, and I now say, oh yeah, I'm opening this foundation, everybody's gonna wanna, like, everyone is anyone. Yeah, exactly. So I get her intentions, even though her methods are probably a bit like, you know, wrong. So this is the start of this whole thing, because the whole aim is for this foundation to work, and obviously she needs the money for it. So to her credit, and during the Netflix show, they like show this part of it. She's having meetings with like big clients and banks to lend her money, because it was going to cost $40 million to build it, and of course she didn't have that. And at first I was like, if she's rich, like, why wouldn't she just use her own money? Why wouldn't the banks be like, okay, you're rich, use your own money? But then, like, I guess people with money, I don't have money to know, innit? So people with money, they don't use their money for businesses. They get loans and then whatever, which is probably how they stay rich, because they don't be putting all their fucking savings into a business that fails. So there you go, play the game. So Deborah, the interviewer, asks her, like, you know, what did the business people think of you? You're a young girl, you're trying to undertake this huge project. And Anna goes,
I feel like we're encouraging me. It kind of helps for them to think like that I have more money than them.
And this right here is a classic example of what we on this podcast call big broism. Like you see someone doing well financially, all of your sense goes out the window and you just automatically rate the person based on nothing but the fact that you think that they have money in it. I'm trying to be like you, big man.
Bro, can I just tell you, so I've been on TikTok, right, and I've discovered this thing called DH Gate. Have you ever heard
I've
of it?
seen DH Gate. I know of DH Gate, fam. I know.
Okay.
I found it on YouTube from some girl's haul. Some girl said luxury haul. I said, oh, and then it was all DH Gate.
I said, what? Like, it literally, this is not to say people don't have real designer, because obviously people do have real designer, but it's just this whole, it just links back into the whole big broism of like, you don't fucking know what people's reality is, right?
Exactly. Should we explain DH Gate for anyone who doesn't know what it is?
DH Gate is basically, I hope I'm not blowing up their spot, you know. DH Gate is basically like this, it's almost like AliExpress, but they have really, really, really good like designer dupes.
Fake dupes. Like, it's not even a dupe. It's not even a dupe. It's replicas.
It's replicas, because I'm telling you that
they're
like
so good.
Professionals. Like I was reading some article about like how Louis Vuitton has sold stuff from DH Gate in their store, not knowing that they were replicas. Like
they're
these
so good.
These are so good. They come in the box. They come with the certificate. Everything. And so I've seen a few other videos of people saying like, bro, like they suspect that some of these are like factory defects, or like they're made in the same sweatshop, and like maybe people steal them and then just go and sell them on this site, because
there's people say that about stuff in Dubai as well. Like there's some like places in Dubai you can just get, they're still expensive for a bag, but like they're much cheaper than the real thing.
And that's what DH Gate is. But obviously you can't just go and Google like Gucci bag. Like it's gonna come up with the fakes that are obviously like fakes, because it doesn't have the you have to get the link to the direct store and all.
Exactly.
It's really interesting. And what I find most interesting, and not to like deviate, but what I find most interesting is if you go on TikTok and you search like DH Gate, right? It's all white TikTokers that are like, my haul, like this, that, third. Like they wear their like dupe designer or whatever, their replicas with pride. Right? There's not one like single black person I could find.
No, I maybe not on TikTok, but the first time I ever heard of DH Gate was this girl on YouTube, and I don't even know how I got there. No, I got there because it was like a wig video. Then I started looking through her other videos, and it was like luxury haul, and I was like, oh, lit. And then literally all of it was DH Gate. And the thing is, like, I like these big brands, especially these like LVMH, these big brands, I don't give a fuck, because the people who are buying from DH Gate are not the same people who are buying your whatever. It just helps to sort of like reduce the whole exclusivity that they try to portray, kind of thing.
That's why like, Louis Vuitton don't do a sale.
So it's like I don't think that it's right to like take someone else's intellectual property and whatever. I hear it, but at the same time doing it like when people were doing fake Telfar on AliExpress, I wasn't really fucking with it, because it's like a black owned brand, a small brand, they're trying to live their life, like why are we doing that? But these giants, I'm not gonna lie, call me a hypocrite, call me what you want, it doesn't make me mad that people are buying stuff from DH Gate.
No, it doesn't make me mad at all. I wish you know someone. I know someone
that got what was it, these like trainers, like I think it was like Beyonce trainers or something from DH Gate.
You wouldn't know.
And you wouldn't know. And also you wouldn't know the difference. And also I think there was like a default, so he was like, this looks a bit dodgy. They sent him another one for free.
I saw that somebody got
and
this
it's
Chanel.
like I was like, you can come and sell, you could sell this other one for real and get real, obviously not because morals, but it was actually really good. Like I'm telling you, it looked so good.
That I saw them, some girl got those Chanel, like I don't know what they're called, the ones that have the Velcro strappy things.
The dad sandals.
And then they sent her like obviously the rock, because it had Chanel, like they wrote Chanel on it rather than the C's, and she complained, and they sent her like a fresh pair. Like,
wow.
But my whole thing is like, obviously there are a few like black people probably that do it, but there are probably a lot more black people that carry things, and there's no, for me, I don't feel any shame to it. Like, I don't think there should be any shame. Like, you don't have to come and scream from the chandelier here that your stuff is from DH Gate, but I also feel like if it is, ain't no shame to your game.
I think own it then.
Because
don't set unrealistic expectations. Now I'm thinking, oh shit, all my friends have designer.
Exactly. And I feel like that happens a lot in the black community. I only say this because like one of my aunties did this whole post about, is do black people like are they more obsessed with like indicators of wealth than like white people? And like obviously I always would say yes, because
we have something to prove.
Exactly.
And
so I just found it interesting when you scroll through TikTok, or even
it's crazy,
like, it's all like a lot of them are like white people that are just like, yeah bro, this shit is a replica kind of thing.
And even some people have both of them, like they'll have the real, like I saw this one was like a Louis Vuitton like coin purse wallet thing, and she was like, here's the real one, here's the fake one, and like showing the difference. I mean, that one you could kind of see the difference, but only because they were side by side. Like if they weren't side by side, you wouldn't know if it was a fake.
You wouldn't have known. Yeah. It's the same with Molly made it early on. This was ages ago, maybe 3 years ago. She also like had like a Gucci Dionysus one that she got from DHK, and she was like, yeah, you wouldn't know. Like, and if Molly May is saying that about like anything designer, bro, it's insane. They have everything on there. Cartier,
everything. They draw everything. And I'm like, cool, it's not by force. Like, you don't have to, if you can't afford the designer, you don't have to get the designer, fine. But then on the other hand, like, if you want the look, because what's the difference between, okay, there is actually a difference. I was gonna say, what's the difference between that and like going on Nasty Girl and getting some like Versace platform dupes? You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference? The difference is like a dupe versus is actually a replica. Like, if I'm wearing Nasty Girl Versace shoes, like, no one's gonna think that they're actually Versace.
Yeah.
Versace inspired, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found
Listen,
DHK. Those videos are so interesting.
Do what you want to do.
Listen,
like,
get it how you live, sis.
Literally, get it how you live. Like, it's better than taking out loans and credit cards
and being in debt
to buy designer. So, boy, if you're getting it for £50 and it works for you and it looks good, trust me, I will not notice the difference. Sis. I'll see you.
I for sure won't know.
Bottega looks very good.
Fam, even that spaghetti bag, is it Bottega? That spaghetti, it's like a spaghetti bag. Yeah, Nori has it. I saw one dupe on what website was on Ego Official. Yeah, when I say this thing looks exactly the same, and I think I get it more with like trend pieces, because it's like, I know that I'm not paying £1,000 plus for this bag, because in 2 years time, am I going to want this bag? No, I'm not going to want it.
That's why literally, like, I always say that when you're buying your first few designers, like designer pieces, right? Like, go for the classics. That's how it's like, as much as there's so many designer bags that I look at them like, oh, this is lovely, my staple was just the black YSL, because I was like, I can wear this, like, bare. Fam, in 10 years time, if I carry it, it's still going to be acceptable, kind of thing. Some of these pieces are so like, I call them rich girl pieces. Like, you have so many of the staples, you can then afford to buy these like trendy pieces that like the Prada nylon, like in 5 years time that might not be relevant anymore. Then what are you gonna do? Like, so yeah, I get them with the trendy pieces as well.
Boy, I get it. Or sometimes people will buy it to see if they like it, or how often they reach for it and pick it up, and then they'll buy the real thing.
Yeah.
Who am I? Do you know what I mean? I'm just a girl on the internet, so do what you want.
Bro, I'm recording this from my parents' house. I'm the last person to judge anybody. So.
Mate, I'm just saying. But yeah, basically, the whole you're rich, like, giving off this rich persona makes people just like want to be around you more. Yeah. And that's the whole big bros. And it doesn't matter what you do, what you say, you know. So we get into people thinking she was an heiress. Like I say, she says that she didn't tell anyone this, but then the talking heads are like, okay, if you didn't tell anyone, then how did this come about, kind of thing. Literally. But it's like rumors start all the time. Like, someone might have just asked her and she just didn't confirm or deny, or someone might have said, oh, she's probably an heiress or something, and then it just travelled,
spiraled. Yeah,
exactly. So now we get to Rachel Deloach Williams. Her lower third is former friend. Lol. So they meet through mutual friends one night, and they become kind of cool, and she's a picture editor at Vanity Fair, so she seems like she's actually doing all right for herself, you know. She's not like a designer. This is the impression I get. Like, she's not a designer babe, she's not an image babe, like, but she kind of wanted to be. So as much shit as she chats about Anna later, I think that she kind of saw Anna as like a come up, because like, Anna's living this kind of socialite life. Rachel's doing well for herself, don't get me wrong, but she's like us. Like, we make decent money, we have careers, but like we're not like socialite image kind of thing.
We ain't no Laurie Harvey,
right? That part. So cut to Anna, who describes Rachel as nice and sweet and interesting at the time to her. Like, Anna
you were good whilst you were there.
Literally, Anna doesn't give a heck. Like, Deborah brings up the fact that whenever they'd go out, Anna would pay for everything, which again is why I think Rachel was just kind of like, yeah, she's a come up, like, go out, free drinks, live my life, get into places I normally wouldn't be able to get to, sort of thing. So when Deborah asked Anna like why she would pay for everything, Anna says,
well, she gave me an impression that she only made whatever $60,000 or $70,000 a year. It's not a big deal for me to like pick up a tab, which is a couple $100.
She gave me the impression she was only on 60 or 70k and it wasn't a big deal for me to pick up the tab. Like it was a nice thing to do.
But like it's fucking crazy to me that she said only on 60 or 70k when fucking you have zero income.
Anna said, she said Rachel is a broke bitch. Yeah, literally, it's like, you don't even know where your money's going. You yourself are really a broke bitch.
Literally, you could do that 60 or 70k.
You could do, but even still, I still laughed because it's like she doesn't rate Rachel at all. And it's like somebody who actually has nothing, yeah, and made you think that she has something, doesn't rate you at all. Not even a little bit.
That's a scary place to be in.
A very scary place to be. A very scary place to be. So we're back with Rachel, who says, you know, Anna told her about ADF. Again, I feel like she was thinking, yeah, this thing's going to blow. I'm cool with the founder. Like, I'm going to blow, literally. Yeah, I'm going to blow. Like, I'm going to have access to this club. I'm not going to have to pay for a private membership. She was already
smelling the fresh leather on that Birkin.
Exactly. She was smelling the come up way. So,
well, I need friends I can come up off of, like, for real.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's taking Kingsley way too long to blow. Like, I think I need to hedge my fucking bets on another horse. Like,
yeah, you need to sort it out. Yeah, you need to have options. Me, I'm holding on to Quakey Boy. I'm like, yeah, that one is my nigga. That's my friend for real. Stream Quakey with Santi on Spotify and all other streaming services because his music is amazing.
Yeah, stream him, guys.
His music is amazing. Look at you trying to come up on my come up.
I can smell that Birkin. Like, it smells.
You'll say
good.
You'll say crazy. Oh my god. So when in Beyonce's album, when she said, when she started talking about Telfar and saying that her Birkins are in storage, yeah, I said, nah, me that's been trying to get Telfar all this time, I can never get one. Now that this, I don't want to say bitch, but now that Beyonce has said Telfar, I'm just like, fucking hell. All the fakes are going to come now.
I haven't really listened to the album.
I'm not surprised. I haven't been discussing it. Anyway, me and Annette have been going back and forth.
Yeah, I saw one screenshot she posted. I said, this is definitely VD that said this.
Oh, what? Yeah.
I was like, I'm not even gonna bother. I know.
How did you know?
I just knew. I know you. Back of my hand,
girl.
I said this is definitely VD, but yeah, I mean, can I just give my honest opinion? Okay, and I have to be honest. I'm just a bit disappointed in you because I didn't think you were one of them.
What,
okay?
a Beyonce stan?
Yeah, I didn't think
I'm not
you were
okay. I don't know if I've had this discussion on the podcast before, but I have this discussion with people all the time. I'm not a Beyonce stan, yeah, but I really respect her artistry. Like, I appreciate her work ethic and her work, right?
Even Black is King.
Huh? Yeah, I love Black is King. We had this discussion on the podcast before. I really like Black is King. So so this album, yeah, like I really enjoyed it. Like, it made me so happy, honestly.
Okay, so I don't like, okay, no, I wouldn't say I don't like her. My spirit doesn't take to her, and I know people are gonna be like, oh, like, you're a fucking hater, blah blah blah.
What, is it her as a person or her as an artist?
No. Okay, her as a person.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I just don't feel like anybody knows enough about. I mean, maybe because I don't look into her as a person. It's the
stuff I've heard from like when you watch like the Destiny's Child, you know, stories that the other cast or not cast bandmates.
So Farrah.
Yeah. But I believe that shit though. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, something is off. But anyways, either way, whatever. That's that aside. I really like a lot of her music. Like, yeah. I do love it. But I feel like, first of all, I didn't like Black is King. Like, the music on there was good, but I've said this before, I feel like she used like Africa and like, I wouldn't say blackness, but especially Africa, whatever, as a gimmick. And it's like, it's cool when you need that, I guess,
I understand that side of things. Like, basically you appreciate the music but you don't like the
so because of that I'm not going to endorse it. It's just like the Skims. I keep hearing how good this Skims bodysuit is and it makes your body snatched and this and that, and your tits are like standing to high heaven. I'm not going to buy that shit because I'm not going to endorse their shit, right? So that's kind of how I feel about that side of things. Then with this album, obviously I heard Break My Soul, because how could you not hear it? And I was like, yeah, this shit is like 2 packs of ass. I personally don't really like dance music, so there are a few tracks here and there.
If you don't like dance music, you're not gonna like it.
It's just like I don't know. I guess I get reinventing yourself as an artist. Like, I get that you need to do that. Your sound needs to develop and stuff like that. But like, you have your core like R&B people that, you know, like it's like, if Alicia Keys drops an album, I know what I'm expecting, kind of. Like, I want to hear new shit, but that's going to make me feel a certain way. Do you know what?
I mean, I hear it and you're entitled to your opinion, yeah. But I feel like it's still very Beyonce. Like, we've been listening to Beyonce for like 20 years. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? How many fucking R&B albums are you going to make, yeah? And I feel like each like, I want to say iteration of her, there's still like a thread of Beyonce in there. Like, her vocals don't miss. Like, it's the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's the same runs, it's the same vibe, and it's like, you know that she's involved in the process of it. Like, the thing I rate about Beyonce is that I feel like she's a very intentional artist. Like, everything that she does regarding to her music, like, is intentional, and it's like placed together in a way that's like, okay, cool, this is what I wanted. As for her as a person, I don't know two things about Beyonce, like, literally, like, and I don't really know how people can stand her, because I'm like, what do you know about her? Like, what do you know about her?
At least with Nicki Minaj, like, I understand why people stan her, because
I don't understand that one either. I don't understand stan culture in general.
No, when I say I understand how people stan her, I'm not saying I understand why people stan her.
As in you like her also.
No. That far from that shit.
Please,
right?
Don't be saying things that are gonna get us destroyed.
Okay, no, like, but I just want to say I'm not a stan of anybody, right?
Right, same.
But what I'm saying is that at least with Nicki Minaj, like, if you feel that kinship with her, you get to see parts of her. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I do.
Like, you understand her mentality, her her that. So
she lets you in a little bit.
Yeah. Beyonce's like, you don't, like, I get it, you don't really know her, but I just find something off. You know, you must know when your spirit just doesn't take to someone.
No, of course.
That's how I just find something off about that. But I say all this to say, like, listen, a lot of her, I loved what's that one that you love me like EXO? Is it Beyonce? Yeah. Was that Beyonce? Was that album?
Yeah, I don't know that. Was it for? Listen, please, stands. Don't kill me. I don't know.
I
don't follow her like that. But like, when I hear stuff with her, I'm like, okay, yeah, I fuck with this heavy. And I don't dislike. For most of the time, I like what she puts out as a musician. I rate it a lot. But yeah, that album, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like, maybe you need to go in your car and drive and listen to it.
I don't like
it's
I'm
not
just
by
like,
force.
Yeah,
I know you're saying that you don't like dance music. I get it. I hear it. Yeah, and maybe some of it will not be for you, but it's not all like that. Like,
there's
you know how
one
you were like
song that I really do like. No, I don't.
Heated.
No, I think it was actually. Is it
Virgo's Groove?
I don't know if it was Virgo's Groove.
Dum 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 dum. Not all of it is.
Let me not accidentally play it. We ain't got funds for that. Shit, I know. I just downloaded it yesterday. Beyonce will come for our neck. After Khalees came for her, she'll come for us. Yeah, it's Virgo's Groove.
Yeah, that's it.
Because my sister played Church Girl, and I was like, what is this? Like, can you turn it off? But Virgo's Groove was decent. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe. I mean, you don't have to like it. It's fine. I like it enough for both of us, to be honest. So.
Yeah, I was just happy I was off Twitter for all the hype, because it would have been annoying. I
was happy you were off Twitter too, if you come and bring your Debbie Downer weight. And I just don't understand. And then you come and spell Beyonce some weird way. You come and put a BM. Anyway, thank God that you're off.
Why are you a hater? Why me? I'm just in my own lane, doing my own thing.
Why, I'm not.
Now you said spell Beyonce in a weird way. Do you want me to?
No, but is that not your MO?
Why does that anger you? Do you like to make come from my neck?
No, it doesn't anger me. I was literally saying that's what you would do. That's why you're triggered, because it is.
Because who wants to die in this life? Who wakes up and says, what I want to do is to be.
Oh, well, have the hive attack? Do they attack you on a regular, or what is going on?
The last time they attacked me and my mama, like, for real, my mama.
Nah,
like,
see, but that's what's so crazy to me.
I was like, not my mama.
Fighting for someone who doesn't even know that this tweet exists. I don't get it.
No, but I genuinely, and we've had this conversation, and I'm gonna be intentional as I say this. Stan culture is it's an illness. Like, yeah. I'm telling you, like, I've never there's something in your own life you have to evaluate and understand. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, some of you be standing.
It's crazy.
Bro, it's mad.
It's crazy.
Like, it doesn't make a lick, like, not one lick, not a minuscule of a lick of sense.
To like someone, to be a fan, I get it. You really like their music, you watch all their interviews, I get it. But to now be trying to fight on their behalf is actually a bit wild.
You're creating accounts, and it's like, you see them, they're like Beyonce girl or something like that, or whatever artist, and then something at the end, Barbie Marge or something, and I'm like, bro, can you purchase a life?
Sort it out.
How do you? And you're searching on the internet every time someone says their name, and then, like, you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, you're like, yeah, I feel good today. Guys, get it together. I'm intentional about this. I mean that shit. I'm not taking it back.
It's a lot. It's actually very scary.
I bet you they're gonna find my address.
Huh?
I bet you they're gonna find my address.
No, girl. So basically Rachel, I feel like she sees dollar signs in it. She's trying to play the victim in this whole thing, but I feel like she's not completely innocent. Like, she's a little bit complicit, you know. She hoodwinked, you know.
And I'm sorry, with a name like Rachel Deloche Williams, like you've got money. It's embarrassing to not have money with that name. She must have had some. She must be a trust fund fucking baby.
I don't know. Trust. Maybe they call her off. That's why she got the job. Who knows?
I'm telling you. Trust
me.
So
speaking of names, we find out that Anna's surname is not Delvey. It's actually Sorokin. She just made up Delvey. I was like, I mean, every name is made up, so I hear it. Do you know what I mean?
Enough,
like, fair enough. Do what you want, you know. So let's get into Morocco. Because this was the best part of the series. Like, these episodes, I was like, woo, Chile. I mean, when I say it's the best part of the story, it's for us, not for Rachel. In fact, for Rachel, it's probably the worst part of the story. So because Anna has a visa, every 3 months she has to leave the country to reset it. I didn't know this was a thing, but instead of going back to Germany where she's from, she was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go to Morocco instead. And so she invites Rachel, like, oh hey, I'm gonna go to Morocco, like, do you want to come? And we see like actual footage of this. We'll get into why we do later on. So they stay at La Mamounia, which is a luxury hotel in Morocco. They say the likes of Khloe Kardashian and Winston Churchill stayed there, and I was like, they couldn't have picked two more different people.
like
two more different. So what is the clientele? Like, I guess just the 1%, I guess. But yeah, I looked at the hotel. Like, I looked at it. I went on the website and stuff, and like, it does look very luxurious and everything, but it's just very like old luxury. Like if a rich grandma had a house.
But there aren't a lot of like
modern.
Someone was saying that about Morocco. There aren't a lot of modern.
Because why would there be? Do you know what I mean? That's not the aesthetic. So
yeah, it's very old luxury.
Yeah, it's very, very expensive. So we find out Anna has hired
the hotel or Morocco in general.
The hotel.
Oh right, yeah.
So Anna hires a cameraman to document their trip. Right, that's why we have all the footage. And at first I was like, okay, this is very ridiculous. I mean, I'm still kind of like, yeah, lol, okay. But in her mind, and again, she has a goal. Like, she's not just wayward. Well, she is, but she has like a goal. She's wayward for a reason, yeah. She wants to make a documentary to promote ADF, the Anna Delvey Foundation, right? Kind of like it links to the luxury lifestyle. Like, look how I'm living. Like, I'm a luxury babe. Like, join this foundation to live how I don't know. I don't know how rich people or faux rich people think, but that was the you know, the vibe. So Rachel is loving it like this, yeah.
Rachel deserves. Okay, let me take that back. She does.
We'll get into what she deserves.
Because like, do you know one thing my dad always says to me? Like, you can't let people be spending money on you. Like, how it's a different thing if someone's like, oh, like, I won the lottery, I'm taking you on a trip. Like, bro, you just came and you're allowing someone pay. Nah. And it's not like, oh, this is the only thing she's paid for. Even when you were you deserve
it's so excessive as well, because it's not like, oh yeah, I took you to Ayia Napa. You took me to
Morocco.
places that like only the 1% really stay at. Why do you think that you're deserving of this? Is this level of entitlement? Like, sometimes, I feel like sometimes as black people, we don't have enough entitlement. Like, we almost feel like we're just happy and lucky to be here. Let's just be in the corner and not, like, you know, let's not take up space. Yeah, I feel like sometimes we have that.
Can I just tell you, yesterday,
this girl here, she needed some of that.
Let me just say, yesterday we went out to Science Museum. So we were walking, and then there was a lot of people walking, right? Like on the main road. So on to my right there was like a Muslim woman, and she was pushing a pram, and then in front of her there was a white woman walking with her son.
What, were they walking in the same direction, or was one?
Yeah, but the white woman and the son were in front. So the son obviously dropped his something stupid on the floor. I think it was like a leaflet from the Science Museum, right? And then the Asian, I think she was Asian woman or Middle Eastern, I don't know, but she was like Muslim. She had the hijab and everything, right? So the woman was with the pram, and then she was walking, and then obviously the son bent down. They to just pick up stopped, dropped, and then she stopped. She was like, oh, like, oh my, like she said, oh my gosh, like, and she stopped, right? So this son like faffs about picking this thing up, because he kept picking it and dropping it and picking it and dropping it, whatever. And like the mum stops, she looks behind, then when the son has it, right, she gives the Muslim woman the dirtiest look.
Stop
and I was
it.
just like, no, seriously, I was fucking livid. I was like, instead of you to be like, oh, sorry, like, or
literally,
even
or
like,
move to the side.
or literally, like, even like say to your son, like, you have to be more careful.
Apologize,
or something.
yeah.
Nothing. She gave the Asian woman, like, she gave the Muslim woman the dirtiest look, as if the Muslim woman was the one that had done something.
Had dropped.
Bearing in mind, this woman like abruptly stopped her stroller, her pram. The baby even jolted, right? Just for like, because your son dropped this thing and you couldn't eat.
Now you're looking at me like I'm
like
wrong.
if you're black or any other ethnic minority, do the walking test. See what happens with.
Yeah, I honestly I make a conscious effort. I'm not gonna move. There was that time where I was coming to meet you, and we went to that random. It ended up being some like football bar kind of place. Remember?
Where?
It was in like near Charing Cross, because I got off at Charing Cross and I walked.
Oh yeah.
That time, yeah. So even as I was walking towards coming to meet you, yeah, and there were these two women. Meanwhile, this pavement is a sidewalk. The pavement is wide, isn't it? And so I was like on the side of the pavement closest to where the shops and stuff are, and so they were coming and like talking and stuff, and I was like, oh, do you know what, let me actually just walk as I'm walking and not move. Yeah, this woman bumped into my shoulder, like, you know when you like walk past and bumped, yeah, and so I kind of turned around, not even on a beef thing, like seriously, I literally just like, oh, that was interesting, let me just look at her reaction to what had just happened. And she turned around and looked at me as if I had stabbed her cat, and I literally was like, lol, and I just like kept walking. I was like, nah, this is actually ridiculous. You have all the space, because you have the side from where I am to the roads, so you have the space to maneuver and move. Where was I even going to move to,
bro?
It's so crazy. You should try that test and just see. But it's a level of entitlement that I feel like people have, that we, well, I speak for myself and us, like black people don't have,
yeah, because the world doesn't allow us to have that.
And it's like I do feel like we should adopt a little bit of that, but then also everyone else should remove some of that. Maybe if we meet, there'll be a happy medium, and everybody
like Rachel, will
be fine. Because Rachel, how you're so entitled that you think, yeah, like I deserve to be taken to Morocco by this person that I haven't really known for that long, to a very expensive hotel. You're not looking and thinking to yourself, oh, this is a bit wild. It's like, if I can't afford to go there myself, like, why am I going there with you?
Open your purse.
Well, she had to, boy. Spoiler. So yeah, you can tell that Rachel's never experienced anything as luxurious as this before or since, probably. Yeah, it's like $7,000 a night for a room. Yeah. And so, you know, Deborah's like to Anna, like, why are you paying for all of this? And Anna's like, you know, I had the money at the time. They pre-authorized her card broke. And stuff. Rachel's only making 60-70k. She can't afford shit. Like, you know.
It is what it is.
But yeah, so during the trip, her cards aren't going through. So the hotel is getting no payment. At this present time, their tab is over $60,000, yeah. So, and this is not just the room, this is everything else that they're doing, drinking, eating,
but you have to start vomiting blood. Like, you have to do that.
Die. You have to fall down and die.
You have to see if you can sell an organ. 60k.
I don't even know how much are kidneys going for. I don't know if that's enough.
Bro, in the black market, bro, sell your... I'm gonna sell my left tit. Like, and the thing is that it's not just that, oh, it's 60k, right? It's 60k on bullshit.
Yeah,
food
and it's 60k
that you're gonna
and
shit
counting.
Out. And food that you're gonna shit out, a bed,
mate,
girl.
Like none of this had to happen.
Nothing. You have nothing to show for that 60k you spent.
Nothing.
If you spend 60k on a car, you have a car to show. If you spend 60k on a house deposit, you have a house deposit. Even if you spend 60k on designer items, you have them to show.
Even if you spend 60k on plastic surgery, you have that to show.
And that will make you more money.
Amen. It's an investment almost.
I hope my man can hear. I need like, that BBL stat.
BBLU. So Anna basically doesn't tell, well, she says that she didn't tell Amex that she was traveling, so her card has been blocked, and like that's plausible because that happens.
That's plausible.
Do you remember in The Office, when Jim and Pam went on holiday on their honeymoon?
Oh yeah.
And then Kevin's in the office and he speaks to the bank and he basically says like, yeah, I'm Jim and I'm in America, and so then they like block their cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very plausible. Anyway, these guys in Morocco, they don't ramp, they don't play, run me my check, bitch better have my money, because they don't let them leave until they can provide a working credit card. When I say doesn't let them leave, it's not like their trip is over, They're still there. They go to their hotel room and they say, you are not leaving this room until you provide a card that works. Yeah. So Rachel uses her
But it's
card.
crazy because they usually don't charge you till after you check out.
That's what I thought. But maybe because, and we've never been to places like this.
That's
maybe it's
true.
because it's so expensive. They're like, look, I'm not risking somebody running away
That's
after.
very true.
Yeah. So Rachel uses her card, and not just her card. She also uses her corporate card, right? So now Rachel is like, oh, do you know what? Like, you actually owe me more money than I make in a year. She used her company credit card. Is that not madness?
That's actually insanity.
I've never had a company credit card yet, but I can't imagine using. I don't even use the company computer to search for holidays.
Fam, I've had a company card before, and yeah, that shit is fucking insane. Like
how do you even begin to explain that? Because none of this was necessary.
That's I was gonna say what my mum does at work, but yeah, no.
Okay,
but yeah,
let's not. So yeah, Rachel keeps trying to get paid back. So they're back now from Morocco. Rachel's trying to get paid back. Anna keeps fobbing her off. And like Rachel doesn't think that Anna is broke.
she still doesn't.
Rachel thinks that she's rich and she just doesn't get it. Like, maybe she doesn't understand that, you know, I'm a working person. I only get paid once or twice a month. I have bills. They're imminent. Like, maybe Anna just doesn't understand how urgent it is.
No, I'm sorry, Rachel. You don't fucking get it. Because why would you carry your ass to go and stay somewhere you cannot afford? That's what you don't get. You are the one who is living a very stupid life.
Yes.
First and foremost. How can you... Then this is... I don't care if someone tells me they are paying for me. I can't afford that shit. I'm not going there with you.
Literally,
because
I'm not.
If circumstance should meet circumstance, I can't afford it.
You should be equally yoked.
Let the unnecessary not occur. Like Rachel was not a likable person. Okay, like this is the kind of bitch I don't like. You're the one that doesn't understand.
That's Jay-Z, innit?
Yeah, it was Jay-Z. It was Beyonce's husband, actually.
Oh my god, you're so dumb. But yeah, no, and circumstances really meet circumstance because she was moving mad, and the unnecessary occurred like never before. It's actually insanity. It's actually
like
insanity.
of all the unnecessaries on car. Like now, see yourself.
This
now you can't sleep. Now you cannot sleep at night because you don't know how you're gonna pay back your bro.
Quite literally, she couldn't sleep at night. And the thing is, how do you even tell that story? That's why she had to spin it like she was a victim and she was bamboozled. Yeah, because how do you tell? If I came to you, for instance, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm just so like I can't sleep. Like I owe 60k. Would you not look at me and say, huh? What?
60k? I just spent 60k on. Like I would let bro. 60k.
It's like you said, at least if there were some Chanel, if there was a bit of Louis, some Louis V, if there was some things,
we start to look
I
for
would
how
say,
we can
okay,
sell it.
Maybe then we resell it. Yeah, we make less of a loss.
60k, you have nothing to show for that 60k. You just opened your wide eyes and you're looking at the camera. And
they have a documentary actually, so
okay, that you could do fuck all with, like fuck off.
Use it in shit documentaries like this one.
Oh my god, like.
Yeah, it's wild. It's actually wild. So Anna's credit card gets blocked after the whole Morocco debacle. Morocco Gate. Yeah, after Morocco Gate, her card gets blocked, and so she can't pay off. She can't pay anything, including the luxury hotels that she's staying at. So it's July 2017, and this is why she gets arrested. She gets arrested for theft of services because she didn't pay at 3 different hotels and a few restaurants.
Ciao. But how do you know that restaurant thing is crazy? Because was she running? Because surely people didn't think she was rich if she's running after like not paying the bill.
I think that, but that's what, again, I don't get it. Again, maybe this goes back to last week and Americans and the checks. Maybe she was just writing checks and then they just never, because I don't understand how. Because like sometimes I'll be in a restaurant and I'm like, especially when they're taking long to like bring the card machine when you're trying to pay, yeah. If I just stand up here and walk out now, what's going to happen? So maybe that's what she was doing. I don't know for her, boy. But again, this just shows that like audacity will get you very far. It will get you very, very far. This is when the story gets big. People find out her real name is Sorokin and she has other charges. And what does she do? She runs to LA, right? So Rachel, being Rachel, she goes to the district attorney and works with them in order to trap Anna. Rachel is a woman scorned. She doesn't look at it and think, I was fucking stupid. I need to sort of do better.
This is a story you never tell anyone.
Ever. It goes with you to your grave. So Rachel screenshots everything to send to the district attorney, and she basically sets her up. And when I say sets her up, like literally sets her up. So she basically is like, with Anna, I'm going to arrange to meet up with you. Like, let's go to a restaurant. And then at that restaurant, Anna gets arrested. And so Rachel doesn't want Anna to know that she was involved. So she's texting her like, oh, where are you? Like, I'm waiting. I'm here. All the while knowing that she set her up and that she's been arrested. She was just doing a lot. Like, she thinks that Anna cares about her more than she does. Anna doesn't give a heck.
Crazy girl, you're so crazy.
So crazy.
I'll show you, that TikTok sound is my favorite.
I love it. I love it so much. I love it. So Anna gets taken to Rikers Island, and she's there for 19 months. And like, Rikers is notorious. Like, it's known to be like a really shit place. But Anna, like, she has a great time. Like, I mean, as
she's
great
living
as
it
prison
up.
can be, living the life la vida.
Literally.
She has a really good time. No one beats her up. People like her. And it's at this point that she gets a Netflix deal. And so they give her $300,000 for the deal. Maybe we need to do some scamming and then get a Netflix deal. Maybe that's what
I was thinking. But 300,000 seems quite little.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than I have right now. It's more than I've ever had.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. Yeah,
true. So Anna gets a plea deal for 3 to 9 years, but Anna's like, no, I want to go to trial. And she says she wants to go to trial to tell her story. She wants to go to trial for the media attention. It's very obvious. It's very clear.
But it was a smart move, though, because
100%. I'm with her all the way.
That's her only leverage. So if she's whatever she can get, child.
She's like, look, I'm going to prison either way. Like, I might as well just like up my profile before I go. Makes sense.
Fair enough.
Makes sense. So now we get into how she managed to get these loans from the banks, right? Because she stole money, the 275k, from restaurants, hotels, and banks. So she told them that she had money abroad, and she forged documents to prove it. And in the show, there's this bit where they basically asked to speak. I don't know if it's true or if this is like embellished because of the show, but they asked to speak to like her finance manager or whatever it is that rich people have. And she uses like a voice distorter and speaks to them to kind of like verify that that's the person that whatever. So, I don't know if she did that in real life or if that was Shonda doing her magic, but yeah, that happened in the show. So we're back to the interview, and Deborah is trying to ask about the forged documents and all that stuff, yeah? Because she's kind of like, so how did you forge these documents? Like, how were you able to do this? And her lawyer's in the background, yeah? Her lawyer, by the way, is a black woman, Audrey Thomas. Blah, blah, shout out to you, sis, yeah?
So you wanted them to think that you had a lot of money to put up?
The first one is fine. Don't answer the second one.
Did you have that amount of money in overseas accounts?
I can't answer that.
And how do you come up with bank statements?
I can't answer that.
How were you able to falsify documents?
My lawyer would not allow me to answer that.
But she basically is looking at her lawyer the whole time, like basically like, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. So Deborah kind of says, okay, do you know what? Let's be real, let's be frank, let's be Lampard. Have you seen that TikTok? I'll send it to you, it's very funny.
The one I've seen that I really like is I am Jose Marino.
Say that again?
I am Jose Marino. Have you not seen that?
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
That is fucking funny. It's like when you do something wild and someone's like, oh, how did you do that? And they're like, I am Jose Marino. Because he must have done something crazy in football. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, he's also a manager. I don't even know who he manages these days.
He was what?
Chelsea manager for a bit.
Oh, okay, you know
I don't know who he manages now. But yeah, the girl's like, let's be frank, let's be Lampard. She's basically talking about like, she's basically saying, I think it's about weddings actually. And she's like, oh, like, how are you going to be like, jealous that I look better than you? Like, I what she say. Basically, I'll send you the TikTok. I'll post it on our page. Yeah. Basically,
yeah.
how are you gonna be jealous that like I look better than you? Like, I'm a buff team. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be frank. Let's be Lampard. Like, I'm a buff team. Like, how are you gonna?
Oh my god.
Oh, talk to you. Remind me to find it. I'll put it on Insta. But yeah. So Deborah's like, listen. When you weigh up all the evidence, yeah, all of this is giving scam. Do you know what I mean? And in true scammer fashion, Anna's like, you know, there are different ways to tell a story, yeah? And I'm like, yeah, okay, but a scam is a scam, it's a scam. And like, it was a scam, yeah? So one of the talking heads says, you know, her intentions were pure, but in order to get what she wanted, she had to be a little deceitful. And he's like, yeah, we all lie a little bit, you know? And we're like, yeah, a little, not to banks, not to hotels, like not to Moroccan security guards. Like, the fuck? Like, there's levels to this shit.
It's levels to this shit, bro.
Yeah. And like we said in that episode we did, that made you look, the one about art fraud, yeah? The sympathy is capped at 20% for the rich getting scammed because like boohoo, tiny violin, like solving it. So sorry. I did feel a little bit for Rachel, but then again, sympathy caps maybe 40% because she's a groupie and she was moving weird. Do you know what I mean? She was trying to see what she could get out of this situation.
Yeah, and then you got got,
motherfucker. So Rachel testifies against Anna. Yeah, and so now all of a sudden we jump into Anna's past. We've done this whole thing and we go backwards to her life. She was born in Russia. She was an only child for 13 years and then she had a sibling.
She said something so weird about this. This is when I was like, yeah, this girl is actually a psychopath or a sociopath. Like, let us all be weary. She was like, I was an only child, then they had another kid, but I see myself as a single child. Like she said, I was a single child till I was 13. Then they had another kid. And I see myself as a single kid. Like the way she said it, she othered herself from her sibling. Yeah. It was very much like, they had another, like, I don't know. It was fucking weird. Yeah.
It was very like, it's none of my business. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, but it was very strange actually. So they moved to Germany from Russia where her dad worked, and she's middle class, but she's always felt like a rich bitch, basically. This is very my sister. Well, except we're not middle class, but my sister is very like, I am a rich bitch. And even though her circumstances do not yet reflect that, I feel
like that's me as well.
That's, probably, yeah. So she moves to Paris and she's working at a magazine called, I put Paris, but I don't think it was called Paris. I think I just wrote Paris because I was losing concentration. Thank you. Called Purple. And it's very like Devil Wears Prada. They even show some of the scenes. I love that movie so much. I literally watched it the other day.
You're not going to Paris. Too slow.
At least you watched it the other day. Do you know when people
why is
Emily
there an office reference for every fucking part of life? Like,
yeah, it is. You know, Emily in Paris, the TV show, and then they were like talking about how Emily finally got to go to Paris because in The Devil Wears Prada, Emily didn't get to go. So Anna meets a lot of people. She builds connections, and this is when she changes her name. Fair enough, sis. Do you?
Literally.
So then she moved to New York, and this is where this whole story begins. So they did that little bit, and now we're back to Rachel being on the stand again. This documentary, very hickey hagger, very strange, but the story is interesting. So Anna thinks that Rachel was forced to testify, right? She's like, I felt kind of bad for her because she was forced to testify. These times Rachel was involved in the sting operation that took you down. So, so now we get into why Rachel was a victim, but she profited from it because she actually sells her story wherever, not even the highest bidder, any bidder, whomever, wherever, however, take the story.
Whatever, woman to be. That's another one that's going to jail.
Fam, you are going to jail.
Literally, girl. What is you doing?
That is so crazy. Are people still getting got for tax evasion? That's actually wild. Like, how they not patented it? What, Cayman Islands and that?
Bro, they say, girl, you are going
to jail.
What is you doing?
That is crazy. Imagine, so she had the $60,000 bill or whatever for the hotel bill, but Amex ends up sorting it out. Amex pays for it basically.
Of course, they fucking do.
Literally, and she wrote a book about it, and she has a movie deal about it. So ultimately, she ended up making money from this. She profited from this. I get, cool, pain and suffering and that, but ultimately, all your sleepless nights, fine. But you didn't end up having to pay.
Oh, pour your tears in a fucking mug and drink it with tea.
And drink it. And I wonder about her job, if she ended up getting fired, or probably not, to be honest.
Probably not, because she's an asset,
exactly. Now she's bringing, exactly. So Anna is found guilty of grand larceny, attempted grand larceny, and theft of services. She's convicted of some charges and found innocent of others, including the whole Morocco thing. So she bust case on Morocco. She didn't have to pay for it. So honestly, she won.
She wasn't wrong. I'm sorry.
I didn't force you to pay.
Bro, it shows Rachel's stupidity. There wasn't a signed contract or anything. You did follow fashion, and then you got bro.
Exactly. And I'm glad the courts saw that. So Anna gets 4 to 12 years in prison and has to pay $200,000 in restitution and $24,000 in fees, but not the $62,000 to Rachel because Amex sorted that out. So she goes to prison again, and her story gets bigger, and she still has a Netflix deal, and she basically has to use most of it to pay off her victim. So ultimately, even if she didn't make money off this, she is not in debt, so she breaks even basically. So she's not any worse off really, and she's more famous. And I think that the Anna Delvey Foundation is going to happen. I think that it will.
You'll see it pop up.
And there'll be a documentary on it.
Yeah, people still care about her, and they still, she's an enigma. So I think,
I rate it. I'm not gonna lie. I think she went about it the wrong way. Fine, but you know, I mean, okay, let's finish before we start making because the end is not near. Well, it is near. The end is here. So she spends 4 years in jail. She's released on good behavior, and she goes right back to image life. Yeah, she can stay in America for 6 weeks, but she has to report to immigration. And during this 6 weeks, she's just back to living her life, doing up social media, and she doesn't seem to be remorseful. So when she reports back to immigration, they apprehend her and they threaten her with deportation. Okay, so the documentary now ends with on-screen text, and like normally when it's on-screen text, I'll just screenshot it and like paste it so I can just read it. But Disney Plus were being fucking weird and they wouldn't let me screenshot it, so it was just a black screen. So I paraphrased because I wasn't going to type all that out. So if she's released from jail, there's a chance that she can stay in America and fight her deportation. Right? Or she'll be deported back to Germany, which she doesn't want, because how is she going to do the Anna Delvey Foundation from Germany? She's acting like Germany's some like not like non-motherfucking factor country. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Germany is doing bits.
She's probably running away from people she owes money to.
It's true. That's so true. So now it's time for
the real crime, I think, was the beard.
Our segment where we focus on something during the documentary that may not be criminal, but we definitely consider to be a crime.
So obviously I've mentioned the greasy hair, that was one, but two, it was her fashions for the
okay, thank you, because that was one of mine.
Because everybody kept going on about like, oh my god, she had like a stylist and she looked so good, and I was like, oh, these are fashions. She looked looks like what she was going through. Like I didn't see one outfit that was
very
like,
basic.
Like they were very basic.
Very
they
basic.
should have gotten her a better like bra. Like it just everything was that was.
I was like, I can't
crime.
believe that you hired somebody
to dress you like this.
I can't believe that somebody was paid to make you like this. But then I was like, oh, maybe they wanted her to appear more like relatable, you know. But then if that was the case, then they should have said that. But they kept going on about, oh, she had a stylist, she looked so, you know, whatever, which was just weird. My other crime,
she looked like you know, 10 years younger, that old TV show, right, where they turned her
like
into
the before or the after.
Yeah, she looked like the before.
She looked like the after, because their makeovers was shit, and you look at them after and be like, okay. My other one, as I said last week, was the title, the Sinfluencer. Come on, that you could have done anything. You could have called this thing.
Yeah, but it was in line with the type of documentary.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So
then my crime is also the documentary. Then, if that's what we're doing, and also her glasses. I was like, sis, like just get some that fit. Fucking hell, she's myopic as fuck. I was like, maybe even contact lenses would have done for you, like sis, you know. But yeah, that's it. That's the documentary.
Yeah, guys. So we'll be back next week. I think we're doing the most hated man in the world or something.
On the internet. Yeah, we're doing the most hated man on the internet. It's 3 episodes, so we're going to do it in 2 parts. So part 1 next week, part 2 the week after that. So I'll play the trailer for you guys at the end. In the meantime, between time, you can find us on socials. At 2 Girls 1 Doc. TikTok, 2 Girls 1 Doc Podcast. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, right? And also 2girls1doc@gmail.com if you want to send us an email, requests, whatever it is. Also rate our podcast 5 stars, or don't rate it at all. Wherever you listen to your podcast and stuff. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and we will see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
I woke up, you know, you wake up, you look at your phone, 200 notifications.
There it was, topless, multiple photos.
It was an absolute shock.
Shit, I got posted on the site.
IsAnyoneUp.com. I felt violated.
Humiliation. That site was about destroying lives. Who would create a website like this?
This is Hunter Moore from IsAnyoneUp.com. Fucking all your girlfriends.
Hunter Moore, also known as the most hated man on the internet.
And his website is Anyone Up. Me and my friends would just post a bunch of girls, and I was like, yo, I can make money out fucking people over.
He thought of himself as the king of revenge porn.
He made it appear that you would be very successful by being a complete sociopath on the internet.
And it pissed me off.
I pleaded with him to please remove these images, and the response that I got, LOL.
Has there been any individual you've just felt sorry for to the point that you take something down?
No, it's just too much fun.
But the one thing he didn't anticipate was Charlotte laws.
He came after my daughter.
He needed to be brought down.
If he feels threatened by somebody, he won't let it go.
Dude, without bullying, I don't know what I'd do.
Hunter had a set of followers who I think were deranged.
And I felt like they're really coming after me now.
He was escalating and escalating.
I had one goal, get this site taken down.
It's gonna get a lot worse.
He was planning something even more dangerous.
He didn't expect any accountability.
Hunter, what do you have to say?
Just all the mouth with all the talk.
You had the power to ruin someone's life with just one click.
I don't know why all these people, hate me. I'm just making money off your nude pictures.
Where are we now? Where?
She's talking about when she goes to get the loans and they're giving it to her because she's rich. Or she looks rich.
I can't even see it on my notes. Where am I? Oh, okay. Yeah. We're back. So people find out her real name is Sorokin and she has other charges and like what she does. That didn't make no sense. So